guys, so this video is going to be about creating your rank order list. So before you create your own list, you want to actually gather all the information you have from the interviews you had and make sure you have your likes and dislikes about the program, advantages and disadvantages, the benefits it gives, and all the information they provided during the interview with you before you create your rank order list. And the first thing to consider is, of course, location. So number one, location, and that's important because you want to consider where where your family and friends are, where you know you have a good social support system. Residency years are tough, and very social support group and system is crucial in being more successful during residency, and so that's very important. So you want to actually see yourself there and working there in that location and be okay with training in that place. So number one is location. And the second thing you want to consider is quality of training of the program. So based on your interviews, you probably know by now that each program is extremely different. They have different sizes and they provide different things. And if you are looking to doing fellowship after residency, you want to look into their program and see if they do provide in-house training in that subspecialty. If not, do they have graduates who successfully matched into that specialty? So those are the things you want to look into. And if you want to be in research, of course, you want to be in an academic setting and a university hospital instead of a community hospital. But if you want to be more in primary care and you're okay with that and you vibe with the program, it's okay to go for the community program. And since community programs as well have good there are community programs who also have good successful match rate into fellowship. So as long as they have those statistics on their website or that they share during the interview, that can also help. So yeah, the quality of training is important. So that's number two. And then the third one you want to consider is, what kind of vibe did you get during the interview? What feel did you get? Because there are programs where on paper you might think like, this is the perfect place I want to be academically, and the things they provide, it looks just really great. But when you actually interview with them and talk with the residents, you don't see yourself vibing with them, or they seem too overworked and they don't seem happy, and you just have this gut feelings that it might not be a good place to be in. So those kind of feelings that you get are actually really important, and important thing to consider. Never rank a program where you absolutely don't want to go to, like you don't want to rank them high, of course. Rank program based on where you really want to train at and where you really would like to go and you're willing to go, and don't rank the programs if you absolutely would not want to go to. And don't rank the programs based on where you think you will match, but rank them based on where you really want to train at, where you think would give you the proper training to help you become the physician you want to be in the future. So yeah, and you want to consider also the size of the program, small, middle, and large. There are like different size programs, and of course the smaller programs will have more personalized mentorship and direct interactions with attendings, and you will have more time with the attendings as compared to the large programs, and you may have more of like a family feel if you are in a small program or a middle-sized program, and your relationship with the fellow residents and seniors will be different as well based on the size of the program. So you want to ask yourself, what kind of environment do I want to be in? What do I prefer? And things like that, so that when you make a rank list, you know your preferences and rank the programs well. So that's all I have for you today. I wish you all the best in creating your rank order list, that you may create it well and that you may match into the place you want to be in.
Hi everybody, my name is Isha Jane and I'm a second-year family medicine resident at the Cooper University Hospital. General advice, when you are creating your rank order list, rank your choices according to your real preference. Do not rank an institution higher or lower just because of the number of spots or your likelihood of thinking of matching to that program. If you have a place that's number one for you, that meets all your criteria, rank them number one. Don't rank them a little bit lower because they have 2 spots and another program has 10 spots and you're likely to get matched there. That's the matching system, and the algorithm works in your favor. Another general advice, I hope that this is up-to-date information, but when you rank programs, every program we rank after number 20 will cost you an additional fee. So the first 20 programs that you rank are all free. Another piece of advice is that you can only rank programs that have offered you an invite. So let's say there's a program that you're on the wait list for, but you've never had an interview with. You unfortunately cannot rank that program at the end unless they have invited you for an interview. Everyone will prioritize different things based on their most important needs. For me, I'm a non-US IMG. My hometown is Toronto, Canada. And so my priorities or things that I noted down may differ from what you noted down. But going into the interview, these were some of the things that I really prioritized. So number one was so important for me was location. And that included being close to an airport or a major city, the resources and amenities in that specific location. So did they have good food? I'm vegetarian and I'm Indian, and I wanted some of that hominess surrounding me. And that was really important to me. Secondly, about the location, the cost of living and the recreational opportunities. So for me, I'm somebody that prioritizes that work-life balance, and I have a lot of activities that I like to do outside of just my work. And so being in a place that offered me, a gym nearby or a gym in my building or outdoor activities that I could get a hands on, that was probably my number one thing going in. One of the other things that really played a real role in me creating my rank list was that a teaching or academic hospital? I have a lot of background in research, and it's something that I want to continue doing as I move forward outside of my residency career. Just contributing to medical innovations or really just growing my own knowledge was very important to me. So I wanted to be at a hospital that would really shape that and teach me all the things that I may not have been able to get by going to a Caribbean school. And that tied in with the academic and teaching hospital was the patient volume and the acuity. So I really wanted to get a good acuity of my patients, whether that was high acuity or low acuity, but I wanted the full range. I was going into family medicine, or I am in family medicine. And so for me, it was really important to see not just the bread and butter, but everything else. And so that was another big priority for me was this an academic or teaching hospital? Another thing that was a priority for me and that really contributed in me creating my rank list was the reputation of the program, and not just the name of the program, but where the residents went to after that, the leadership, and if there were any changes in the leadership, if there was a quick turnaround of faculty, the track record, were people, passing their boards, what was the board rate, and really how that program was going to help me achieve all of my future goals. So that was really important to me, just the reputation of the program, and that kind of made me bump up certain programs on my list versus others. At the end of the day, when you go for a job, depending where you want to live, your reference letters carry a significant amount of weight. And so I hoped that, the reference letters I got would show that this is the capability that this resident has and that it would speak volumes. Another thing that really contributed into creating my rank order list, and these were some of the notes that I would take during my interview or after the interview, was the faculty and the leadership. What were their qualifications? What were their experience? I wanted to be a part of a group where I could have exposure to people that had way more expertise in places that I wasn't that knowledgeable. So for example, women's health, reproductive care, these are all things that I want to be able to include in my future practice, but that I didn't have the greatest knowledge about, even LGBTQ training. And so that really helped me decide, okay, is the faculty and the leadership really gonna shape me to be the most well-rounded physician I can be that provides the best level of care to my patients in any aspect and in any setting. And really that just ties in back to my previous point. How will this program really help me achieve my future goals? So going into a program or in an interview, really researching if that program will help you reach your future goals is important, and using that as a question to ask them, being like, hey, so it's very important for me to be exposed to procedures and women's health and really getting a hands-on experience. I want to know what this program will help me be like in the future so that I can be the best that I can be for my patients. Another thing that was important to me and might be important to you depending on your specialty is, what are the fellowship options? What are the fellowship options they have at their program? And what are the fellowship options that other people from that hospital have gotten into? And so because my program was new, I didn't really have that, but I had other specialties to gauge from. And so when you have a fellowship program that is attached to your hospital, it is just in general a lot easier for you to mesh into that fellowship program. You know the hospital, you know the system, you know the patient population, you know the staff. So really seeing, like, if you are an IM and you want to pursue a GI fellowship, maybe that program that has a GI fellowship is one that you want to prioritize over other programs. Last but not least, something that I wanted was an opposed program. I wanted to be able to be versed with all the different specialties and learn from physicians that were well versed in their specialty. So learning cardiology from a cardiologist and really seeing their point of view on what is important as me, a resident, a family medicine resident, should be, was really crucial into opening my eyes and making it a broader perspective. That this can differ for anybody. Some people want an unopposed program and not have to deal with that, but that was just something that factored into creating my rank order list. Another thing that was really important to me was my visa status. So I wanted to be a part of a hospital that not only prioritized my location preferences and academia preferences, but really would they sponsor me. So if you interviewed at a program that doesn't meet your visa qualifications, or they say that they sponsor J1s but you're looking for an H1B, that should be something that you should consider when creating your rank order list. And importantly, really, is the culture of the program, the residents, are they happy? And these are some things you can get to know when you're talking one-on-one with the residents, or if you have a lunch social hour. But that was something that was really important to me, because I wanted to be able to know that if I'm moving far away, do I have a home away from home? And then last but not least was call hours. I think that was kind of an important one for me, and that made me change where I rank places. I knew that I didn't want to do 24-hour calls or be on call every 3 to 4 days. So it was important for me to know and create in this little notepad, okay, this is what this program has. And then at the end, when I didn't really remember everything about every single program, I had the ability to flip back through this book and really just be like, okay, these are the pros of this program, these are the cons of this program, and then really rank them according to that. And I think that really made a lot easier of a process when it came to creating my rank order list. If you have any further questions, please feel free to reach out to me. And yeah, I wish you the best of luck in this match season or in the future match cycles. And yeah.
So interview season is coming towards this end, and now you're getting close towards ranking the programs and create your own rank order list. So what are the important determinants on how you should rank your program? And these are also things to keep in mind while you are interviewing, so that you can ask specific questions to the programs that will help you make a decision who should you rank high versus who will go lower down your list. And even if all the programs are good, you cannot rank all of them as one, right? So one, areas, the geographical location, if you have family, relatives nearby, and how much important does that play in deciding where you are going to end up for the next 3 to 4 years of your life. Second, if that program has a particular subspecialty that you would like to train into further, or if the residents that have trained in that program have successfully ended up matching into fellowship or subspecialties that you are interested in, that would be another very important criteria. Third would be the cost of living, and if you have a family or dependents on you, if the stipend that you are getting and the cost of living are both well balanced. Another factor, and that also depends on how you gauge it, is diversity among the residents. If that is important to you, then definitely look at how diverse the residents are and whatever cultural factors you want to keep in mind. These are four of the top ones for me. The fifth one, what is the fifth top one factor that you would consider in ranking? Comment down below.